Ryan King bringing you your daily sports update here on KSJB. We, of course, will start it off with some things that happened yesterday in the world of sports and get you set for another night of sports on this Feel Good Friday. So we'll start off with girls high school basketball. We did get some games played at the Barnes County Tournament. Of course, all of this and anything that we have on our sports schedule that's going to be going on in North Dakota is going to be weather pending, especially with what's been going on these last couple of days. But in that first round that was officially played at the Barnes County Tournament, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood defeated Warwick 63-5. Enderlin got a win over South Border 31-19. Valley City would get a win over Northern Cass 58-34, and Lemoore-Litchfield-Marion got a win in a close one over Maple River 57-52. So that will set up Wyndmere-Lidgerwood versus Enderlin, as well as Valley City versus Lemoore-Litchfield-Marion. Moving on, the NDSU Bison men's basketball team, they made it 3 wins in a row last night. They defeated CSU Bakersfield 80-69 on the road. Damari Wheeler-Thomas would lead the team in scoring with 21 points, and Markai Strickland also added 15 points. The Bison did improve to 8-3 on the season, so that's always great, and they will remain on the road this weekend when they travel over to Drake and play them on Saturday. And of course, we will have all the play-by-play action right here on KSJB Radio. Moving on over the Minnesota Wild. I said this yesterday. It was going to be a good test for them. They were going to be playing a very good Dallas Stars team, and they would pass that test last night. They would defeat the Dallas Stars 5-2. Marcus Johansson had a 2-goal night, along with Matt Boldy, Joe Eriksson-Ek, and Zach Bogosian, each adding a goal in the game. Philip Gustafson also had a very good night, and it was a good night for the Minnesota defense. Only 18 shot attempts, and Gustafson only allowed 2 goals on them. So with that win last night, they would bounce back a little bit, and they would improve to 17-9-5, and they will be in action this Saturday when they are hosting the Ottawa Senators. So that was a couple of things that happened yesterday in the world of sports. Let's move on over to some other ones. We got some boys basketball action tonight, of course, with weather pending. I have some AA games here for you. Fargo South will head to Jamestown. Shanley will go to number 5 Dickinson. Grand Forks Red River will take on Devils Lake. And West Fargo Cheyenne will be at number 5 Mandan. So just some AA action in boys basketball tonight. Again, this is all weather pending. So if you are a parent or anybody out there that is thinking about going to these games, make sure they're having the games first before you do any traveling. Moving on, one team that we haven't really talked about here on KSJB, but they definitely need some respect out there, and that is the UND Fighting Hawks hockey team. They are going to be playing their first of 2 games this weekend against Omaha tonight in Grand Forks. The Hawks will enter up in this matchup at 12-4, and they will look to make it 6 wins in a row tonight with face-off at 7 from the Ralphs. So we'll have to wait and see what's going on there. And the Minnesota Timberwolves will try to get a bounce-back win tonight. They lost to Phoenix earlier this week. They are going to be hitting the road to take on the Golden State Warriors. Now, one thing to remember in this one, no Steph Curry. There was rumors that Steph Curry was going to be back for this game, but as I checked this morning at least, Steph Curry is not going to be available. So, of course, that's going to be a big help for the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight. Anthony Edwards is playing at a very high level right now. Had a 40-point game the other night against Phoenix, but the team around him didn't really feel like scoring points themselves. So, again, they're going to try to get that bounce-back win tonight. They enter in this matchup at 15-9. Tip-off will be late tonight at 9 from Golden State. So we'll see if Minnesota can keep it going. And this is another game for them. As I've been saying throughout this season, there's no Steph Curry. Yes, Golden State still has Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green and a couple of other superstars, but this is one they should be able to hit the road and go get a win and get back on track a little bit, because I've just been looking at this Timberwolves team this year, and I just feel like they're leaving a lot on the court. I feel like there's been a couple of games this season where they honestly should have won that game and should have won it pretty handedly. And right now, they're kind of looking like my Toronto Raptors right now. Started off the season really good, but then like the Raptors, they had an injury problem with one of their main superstars, and now they are really struggling right now. So I hope the Minnesota Timberwolves don't get in this situation, but they got to get a win tonight at Golden State. So that is a quick recap of all the things going on in sports. Of course, one other thing we need to talk about is this upcoming weekend in the world of the NFL. The Minnesota Vikings will try to make it 2 wins in a row. J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings will head to Dallas this upcoming Sunday night to take on the Cowboys. Now, I had said this before. I wouldn't mind seeing the Minnesota Vikings and the Dallas Cowboys playoff hopes, but they are going to have to show up and play the same exact way that they did against the Washington Commanders. J.J. McCarthy is going to have to be on point. He is going to have to be making really good decisions, and the defense for Minnesota needs to step up as well. You got to remember, one of the weak parts of this Minnesota defense is their cornerbacks, and you're playing a really good duo with CeeDee Lamb as well as George Pickens, so they got to be able to play some defense, get some stops, maybe even get a turnover if they want a chance. And of course, my Green Bay Packers are going to have a pretty big game this upcoming weekend. They will be traveling to Denver to take on the 11-2 Broncos. So this is going to be a defensive game. For me, my prediction, it's going to be kind of similar to the Philadelphia Eagles game that the Packers played a couple of weeks ago that they lost, but I think this is going to be a heavy defensive game. I think Green Bay's defense is going to be good against that Broncos offense, and we all know that Denver's defense is legit and one of the best in the league. So I feel like this is going to be a low scoring, could be one of those kind of games where whoever has the ball last to set up a game-winning field goal is how this game is going to kind of come out. So I'm expecting a heavy defensive day on Sunday afternoon for the Packers and the Broncos, and I don't know what to expect. I think this might be kind of a shootout, or it might be a very close game for the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. If you have predictions for those games, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear them. So this has been Ryan King with your daily sports update. Want to remind everybody, if you're looking for some more sports news, even farm and ag news or local news, go and visit us at ksjbam.com. As well as, if you are that sports fan out there, make sure to download the KSJB Sports app. All of our sports coverage, all in one app, all at your fingertips. This has been Ryan King with your daily sports update on KSJB.